Fall is my favorite time for planting. The weather is gorgeous, just great for all sorts of outdoor projects, and the soil is nice and warm, and later on with the plentiful rainfall it'll become nice and moist too, so that roots grow strongly and quickly become established, so that in springtime when the new growth begins, the plants explode into growth and get off to a great start. And that's why fall planting is the secret of great gardens. And you can probably pick up at your favorite garden center a really nice selection of plants that will continue the color parade from summer through the fall and perhaps into early winter. Things like evergreens and shrubs and grasses and perennials that might prove an interesting alternative to the regular planted things like mums. And of course with perennials, because they come back year after year, you have the advantage that you plant them once, but you'll have many years and seasons of colour and interest. Now I'm planting this coneflower here at the front of this bed. I think the pink colour will go beautifully with the white hydrangeas, the blues and other shades here. Now this is Echinacea gumdrop, a very nice variety that we featured as one of our showcase plants a few years back. So if you go to the website gardensplendor.com and click on the showcase plants, you'll be able to get all the information about it. And when it comes to planting it, it's really very easy. Just a couple of things to bear in mind. The first is that coneflowers are native plants that like to grow in a free draining sunny position. And here in this area, the soil in my garden is very rocky, gravelly and free draining. Perfect for coneflowers. They're remarkably drought and heat tolerant once they get established. And here in this particular site, it gets the morning, the midday and afternoon sun, but falls into a little bit of shade in the late afternoon. And that also is going to be fine for them. So even though it says sunny position on a tag or on a website, many plants will also establish and grow very well in a partly shaded site. And this is one of those cases. Now what is important is that you dig a good sized hole. There's no point trying to cram it into a little tiny hole. Dig a really good generous sized hole, one that's about twice as wide as the width of the pot, and also dig it a bit deeper so that there's plenty of room for the roots to grow. So break it up in the bottom if the soil is hard, and make sure that you've got a good sized hole, and then you're ready to plant it. Now I'm a firm believer in good soil preparation, and one of the things that I think is really very important is to add a soil conditioner to the soil. This is an organic compost that really is the sort of stuff that roots like to grow in. And as you see, I'm putting some in the bottom of the hole, but also spreading a good deal of it on the backfill soil, so that when I put the plant in, there's going to be a really nice medium there for the new roots to grow into. And now that we have the planting site ready, it's only a matter of taking the pot off the plant, and here, as you can see, is why fall planting is really so good. Just look at this beautiful root system. See how these white roots are growing now very actively, and when these get into the new site, they're quickly going to grow and establish. Now, when it comes to deciding on the planting height with coneflowers, particularly if you have a soil that's a little on the heavier side, it's important to try and keep the root ball up a little bit out of the soil. So as you see here, when I measure the distance, this is a little too deep, so I need to backfill a little bit of soil to bring the level up before I put the plant in. And if I do this, this should really mix it up a little bit, be perfect for it. Let's try it again and see how that works. Yes, that is going to be a very nice level, just a little bit above the surrounding level of the soil. Then just backfill the soil, putting it all around the root ball of the plant, and then just gently with your feet firming in the soil so that it's a nice close contact with the root ball of the plant. Now what I like to do is to finish off by building a little bank around the perimeter of the planting hole. I find that this makes a very neat kind of little reservoir that holds the water when you water your plant in. And that's the final stage really. Just give it a good drink of water, fill up the little planting depression and let it slowly dissipate down in round the root ball, and in no time at all you're going to have a beautifully established root system. Now if you wish, you could always put down a layer of mulch. That'll do a couple of things. It will certainly make the bed look finished and very nice, but it'll also help to conserve moisture and insulate the soil a little bit when it gets into the colder months. But there's one more job that we need to do. And that's one of the special things about Garden Splendor plants. You see, they come with this very special tag that's called a Remember Me marker. It comes on the pot and it has the information about the plants on the tag, but also, as you see, it's got this anodized aluminum tag that's a permanent marker. So with a pair of snips, just snip off the top of the tag and you'll have this permanent marker that you can then take and place at the base of the plant so that you'll remember, first of all, the name of the plant, and also when this perennial goes dormant during the winter time, you'll be able to remember where it was planted. This is David Wilson. Enjoy your gardening. It's good for us and it's very good for our environment too.
Garden Splendor, the plants worth remembering.